In the summer of 480 BC, the fate of Greece balanced on a knife's edge. From the east came the Persian Empire, the greatest military power the world had ever seen. Its king, Xerxes, commanded an army so vast that, as the Greeks claimed, it drank rivers dry. And yet, at a narrow mountain pass called Thermopylae, a few thousand Greeks, led by 300 Spartans, stood to defy them. This is the story of courage, sacrifice, and a battle that became legend. 10 years earlier, the Persians had tried to conquer Greece and suffered a shocking defeat at Marathon. Now Xerxes, son of Darius, sought revenge, not just to punish Athens, but to bring all of Greece under Persian rule. He gathered a massive army. Ancient sources like Herodotus spoke of 2 million men, a number historians today doubt, but even the lowest estimates say hundreds of thousands marched west. It was a force designed not only to win, but to terrify. Against this giant, Greece seemed hopelessly divided. The city-states bickered, jealous and suspicious of one another. But with Persia at their gates, they formed an uneasy alliance. Sparta, the most feared warriors of Greece, took command. Sparta was unlike any other city in Greece. From birth, Spartan boys were trained to fight, to endure, to obey. They were forged into soldiers, living only for war. When the Allies asked Sparta for help, the Spartans could only send a small force. Their main army was bound by religious law during a festival. But King Leonidas chose 300 of his best warriors, all men with living sons, so their bloodlines would survive. Alongside allies from Thespiae, Thebes, and other Greek cities, they numbered perhaps 7,000 in all. It was not enough to defeat Persia, but it might be enough to delay them, to give Greece a chance. Thermopylae, the Hot Gates, a narrow mountain pass with steep cliffs on one side and the sea on the other. Here, numbers counted for little. The Greek strategy was simple: block the pass, hold the Persians as long as possible, and force Xerxes into a war of attrition. The Spartans and their allies built a wall of stone and shields, forming a living barrier across the path. Xerxes expected them to flee at the sight of his army. Instead, they stood waiting. Xerxes unleashed wave after wave of his infantry. The Greeks fought in phalanx formation, shield to shield, spear to spear. The Persians could not break through. According to legend, the Spartans even pretended to retreat, then turned suddenly, slaughtering their pursuers. Xerxes sent in his elite soldiers, the Immortals, 10,000 strong. But even they could not pierce the wall of bronze. By nightfall, thousands of Persians lay dead. The Greeks had lost only a few dozen. On the second day, Xerxes tried again. Once more, his army hurled itself against the pass. Once more, they were cut down. The narrow terrain robbed the Persians of their numbers. Herodotus tells us that Xerxes watched from his golden throne, furious as his best men fell. The Greeks fought tirelessly, their discipline unbroken, but betrayal was near. Among the locals was a man named Ephialtes. For gold, he revealed to Xerxes a secret path through the mountains, a trail that could outflank the Greek position. Under cover of darkness, Persian troops marched through the hills. By dawn, they had circled behind the Greeks. The trap was closing. Leonidas understood the battle was lost. He dismissed most of the allies, sparing their lives to fight another day. But he and his 300 Spartans remained. Alongside them stayed 700 Thespians, who chose to die with honor, and 400 Thebans compelled to stay. As the Persians advanced from both sides, the Greeks fought with fury. Their spears broke. They fought with swords. Their swords shattered. They fought with bare hands. Leonidas himself fell, pierced by arrows. The Spartans fought over his body, determined to protect their king. In the end, they were overwhelmed. Every man was killed. The pass was lost, but their sacrifice was not in vain. Thermopylae fell. Xerxes marched on, burning Athens to the ground. Yet the courage of Leonidas and his men inspired all of Greece. Only weeks later, at the naval battle of Salamis, the outnumbered Greeks destroyed the Persian fleet. The following year, at Plataea, the Persians were finally driven out. Greece had survived, and Thermopylae became the rallying cry of freedom. The Battle of Thermopylae was not a victory of arms. It was a victory of spirit. A few thousand men, outnumbered, surrounded, betrayed, had stood against the mightiest empire in the world. They fought not for conquest, but for their homeland. Not for life, but for glory. To this day, the name of Leonidas and his 300 Spartans is remembered. A monument stands at Thermopylae with a simple inscription: "Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie." The hot gates still echo with their courage. The battle that became legend.